Rules of origin are used to determine the country of origin of a product for purposes of international trade. Country of origin of goods means the country in which the goods have been produced or manufactured. There are two types of rules of origin depending on application, the preferential and non-preferential rules of origin. The exact rules vary from country to country, from agreement to agreement. Non-preferential rules of origin are used to determine the country of origin for certain purposes. These purposes may be for quotas, anti-dumping, anti-circumvention, statistics, or origin labeling. The basis for the non-preferential rules originates from the Kyoto Convention, which states that if a product is wholly obtained or produced completely within one country, the product shall be deemed having origin in that country. For a product which has been produced in more than one country, the product shall be determined to have origin in the country where the last substantial transformation took place. Preferential rules of origin are part of a free trade area or preferential trade arrangement, which includes tariff concessions. These trade arrangements might be unilateral, bilateral, or regional, also sometimes called multilateral trade arrangements. In the East Africa Community, 6 types of rules of origin are used. 1. East Africa Community Rules of Origin used among partner states. 2. East Africa Community and European Union Economic Partnership Agreement. 3. Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa Rules of Origin used by Burundi, Kenya, Rwanda, and Uganda. 4. Southern Africa Development Community Rules of Origin used by Tanzania. 5. African Growth and Opportunity Act Rules of Origin granted by the United States of America government to grant African products preferential access to the American market. 6. Generalized System of Preference granted by a number of developed countries to products from least developed countries and developing countries. The East African Community Rules of Origin 2015 came into force in January 2015 and replaced the rules of origin that had been in force since January 2005. Here are the key differences between the 2015 and 2005 rules. In 2005, we had 16 rules, while in 2015, they grew to 30. The EAC Rules of Origin had 5 schedules of rules in 2005, and in the 2015 Rules of Origin, there are now 6 schedules. There were 4 criteria in the 2005 EAC Rules of Origin, whereas there are 2 in the 2015 EAC Rules of Origin. In 2005, the rules for a vessel of a state were registration in the state and 75% of officers be nationals, or 75% or crew be nationals, or 20% equity be held by nationals or a local legal entity. In 2015, the rules for a vessel of a state changed to registration in the state and 20% of officers be nationals, or 20% or crew be nationals, or majority equity be held by nationals or a local legal entity. In 2005, the rules of origin did not allow for tolerance, while in 2015, they allow for tolerance. The EAC Rules of Origin had one type of cumulation in 2005. In the 2015 Rules of Origin, there are now 4 types of cumulation. There was no absorption in the 2005 EAC Rules of Origin, whereas absorption is allowed in the 2015 EAC Rules of Origin. In 2005, the Rules of Origin did not allow for retrospective issuance of the Certificate of Origin, while in 2015, retrospective issuance of the Certificate of Origin is allowed. The EAC Rules of Origin Simplified Certificate of Origin threshold was $500 in 2005, and in the 2015 Rules of Origin, the Simplified Certificate of Origin threshold is $2,000. The criteria abbreviations for Box 7 of the Certificate of Origin were P, M, V, and X in the 2005 EAC Rules of Origin, whereas they are P, M, C, and S in the 2015 EAC Rules of Origin. In 2005, the Rules of Origin use ex-factory cost in calculating value added locally, while in 2015, they use ex-wax price to calculate the same. The EAC Rules of Origin change in tariff heading stopped at heading level in 2005. In the 2015, Rules of Origin change in tariff heading stops at heading and subheading level. Proof of origin was done using the Certificate of Origin only, and its validity was not specified in the 2005 EAC Rules of Origin. In the 2015 EAC Rules of Origin, proof of origin is done using the Certificate of Origin, the original declaration. They are valid for 6 months.